Caio Borralho speaks out. Following Carlos Prate's tough loss. After Carlos Prate's defeat to Ian Gary last night, the Fighting Nerd's impressive undefeated streak has officially come to an end. It was a result many fans didn't anticipate, as Prates had built significant momentum leading into the fight. Following the loss, teammate Caio Borralho took to his Instagram story to share a heartfelt and motivating message. Caio made it clear that although the defeat stings, it's far from the end of the road for Carlos. Instead, he emphasized, it's just another chapter in a much larger story. What's up, guys? I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love you guys show to our team and to Carlos, Caio began. He emphasized how much the team appreciated the overwhelming support from fans and the MMA community. Even in the face of adversity, Caio underscored Carlos's resilience, stating, "We take this loss as men, and we know that we always grow after a hard loss like that." His words served as a powerful reminder that true growth often comes from overcoming challenges. Remaining optimistic, Caio continued, "I think we're going to go back, study the game, and come back better." His confidence in Carlos's ability to learn, improve, and rebound shone through clearly. Demonstrating true sportsmanship, Caio also gave credit to their opponents, saying, "Congrats to Ian, congrats to Shootbox. Maximum respect for you, guys." Even in defeat, Caio honored their adversaries, setting an example of humility and class for young fighters. Before wrapping up, Caio turned his attention back to the fans. "I'm just going to pay attention to you guys who always show love to our team." He assured everyone that the Fighting Nerd's journey is far from over, declaring, "We are changing the game. We are taking over. The takeover continues. This is just a setback. We'll be back soon. Thank you so much." In the world of combat sports, setbacks are inevitable. But it's how a fighter responds that defines their legacy. And judging by Caio Borralho's words, Carlos Prates is already on the road to a stronger, more powerful comeback. Stay tuned. The Fighting Nerds are just getting started. Israel Adesanya responds to Gian Silva's call-out. After Gian Silva's big win over Bryce Mitchell, tensions quickly flared online. Following his dominant submission victory, Silva made it clear he had something to say, not just to Bryce, but to everyone who had doubted him. Posting a clip to Instagram, Silva called out the fighters who had publicly picked Bryce Mitchell to win. His message was blunt and powerful. "While they were running their mouths, I was sharpening my game. Now they just sit and watch." Silva's words resonated with many, especially considering how heavily he was underestimated going into the bout. With his performance, he sent a loud and clear message. Underestimate him at your own risk. Gian Silva silences doubters and gets a nod from Israel Adesanya. Gian Silva took all the pre-fight talk personally, and he made sure to silence the doubters in the best way possible, by getting the job done inside the cage. After his dominant win over Bryce Mitchell, Silva didn't just celebrate. He addressed the broader issue he sees in MMA today. Silva pointed out how fans, and even fighters, often treat the sport like it's WWE, trying to cast fighters into good guy, bad guy, and heel roles, then making predictions based on those storylines rather than reality. He mocked the casual way people picked against him, quoting some of the pre-fight chatter. "I'm going to go Bryce. I'm going to go Bryce because of the experience. I'm going to pick Bryce Mitchell to get it done by decision. Or Bryce Mitchell is going to belt him and take him down." But Gian Silva proved them all wrong. His preparation, hard work, and belief outweighed public opinion, predictions, and experience. Silva showed up sharp, focused, and fully prepared, and the result spoke for itself. One of the biggest names in the fight game even took notice. Israel Adesanya, never one to miss a moment like this, jumped into the conversation. In typical Adesanya fashion, he kept it short but meaningful, commenting, "Lol, I love receipts." That simple line spoke volumes. Fighters like Adesanya know what it feels like to be doubted, to have people talk behind their backs before the spotlight hits. His comment was a nod of respect to Silva's performance, and a reminder that every receipt gets cashed eventually. Moments like these highlight just how emotional and personal MMA can be. It's not just about what happens inside the cage. It's about mindset, heart, and how fighters respond to all the noise around them. Gian Silva heard it all, stayed silent when it mattered, and spoke the loudest when it counted. Now, with Israel Adesanya showing him some love, Silva's stock is only rising. It's clear Gian Silva is a name to watch moving forward. And judging by the momentum he's building, this is just the beginning. Tom Aspinall opens up about serious health battles. In other news, Tom Aspinall has revealed some deeply concerning updates regarding his health. And it's a bit of an exclusive insight into the struggles professional fighters often keep private. Normally, athletes, especially fighters, avoid discussing injuries, illnesses, or anything that could be perceived as a weakness. But Tom decided it was important to be open and honest about what's really been happening behind the scenes. Aspinall shared that this year, he's been ill more times than in any other period of his life. And it's only April. That's an alarming admission, considering the elite physical condition fighters like Aspinall usually maintain. He explained that he caught a virus before Christmas and has been battling lingering health issues ever since. Despite undergoing multiple rounds of antibiotics, the problems kept resurfacing. It became serious enough that Tom had to undergo deeper medical evaluations to investigate what was going wrong with his body. Tom Aspinall recently opened up about a series of serious health struggles that have been quietly affecting him over the past few months, giving fans a rare and honest look at the challenges top athletes face behind the scenes. In addition to battling recurring viruses, Tom revealed he has been dealing with multiple ringworm infections and other minor skin conditions, issues that often arise when the immune system is severely compromised. On top of that, he suffered from sinusitis, strep throat, fevers, body aches, and flu-like symptoms that have persisted non-stop for nearly 4 months. Hearing this, it becomes clear just how rough this period has been for Aspinall. For a heavyweight fighter, someone expected to perform at the highest level, dealing with these relentless health battles in silence is a huge burden, both physically and mentally. Reflecting on his situation, Tom admitted that although he hasn't been active in the cage recently, in hindsight, it's probably been a blessing. He acknowledged that he simply hasn't been functioning at 100% for a long time, and had he pushed through, it could have made things even worse. It's a hard realization for a fighter. Athletes are trained to push through pain and adversity. But sometimes, your body forces you to stop whether you want to or not. Tom's honesty is important. It's a reminder that even the strongest athletes are still human beings who deal with private battles, doubts, and setbacks. Things fans often don't see from the outside. We're all wishing Tom Aspinall a full recovery. Health always comes first, and when he does return to the octagon, you can bet he'll be more motivated than ever to show the world just how dangerous a fully healthy Tom Aspinall can be. Dana White confirms major UFC fight updates and big changes to rankings. In other major UFC news, Dana White has dropped some exciting updates that have fans buzzing. First, Dana officially confirmed that Dricus Du Plessis will defend his middleweight title against Khamzat Chimaev. The fight that so many fans have been talking about is indeed happening, although it won't take place during International Fight Week, as some rumors suggested. Dana made it clear, the fight is finalized, it's just scheduled for a later date. At the same time, Dana gave an important update on the long-anticipated heavyweight showdown between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. When asked if he still believed that fight would happen, Dana didn't hesitate. He expressed full confidence that Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall is still very much in the plans. Even though no official date has been announced yet, the UFC is working hard behind the scenes to make this massive matchup a reality. As for other rumored fights, such as Ilia Topuria facing Islam Makhachev, Dana was blunt. "We'll see," he said. He emphasized that until the UFC officially announces something, fans should treat all rumors as pure speculation. Dana's exact words: "Everything you hear is bull until we say it." It was a good reminder that in the fight game, nothing is real until it comes straight from the boss himself. But that wasn't the only major announcement. Dana also revealed a groundbreaking change to the UFC's ranking system. Going forward, the UFC will have two sets of rankings, one based on human voting and one powered by artificial intelligence. When it comes to promotion, Dana White was clear about his expectations for the UFC's new AI ranking system. "Listen, I'm not delusional and think that the AI thing is going to solve all the problems. That's why we're going to have two sets of rankings, AI and human. We gotta see how it goes." Dana acknowledged that while using AI could bring a new level of objectivity to the rankings, potentially eliminating some of the human biases that have caused controversy over the years, he understands it won't be perfect right away. That's why the UFC is keeping the traditional human-voted rankings alongside the AI-generated ones, at least for now. In short, the UFC is cooking up major fights and bold new changes. Dricus Du Plessis vs. Khamzat Chimaev is officially on. John Jones vs. Tom Aspinall is still very much alive and being targeted. And the UFC rankings are stepping into the future with the introduction of AI. Movsar Evloev breaks silence on feud with Ilia Topuria. Meanwhile, in the world of rising stars, things are heating up between Movsar Evloev and Ilia Topuria. For weeks, quiet whispers in the MMA community hinted at some kind of altercation between the two surging contenders. Fans speculated, but no concrete details surfaced. Until now. In a recent interview with Sport 24 in Russia, Movsar Evloev finally broke his silence, and he didn't hold back. Known for his usually respectful and reserved demeanor, Movsar dropped the politeness and got straight to the point. He openly criticized Ilia Topuria, calling his actions stupid and dismissing Topuria's antics as nothing but attention-seeking gimmicks. Clearly frustrated, Movsar made it crystal clear that he sees Topuria's behavior as unprofessional and disrespectful. Especially at a time when both of their careers are under intense scrutiny with millions watching. Evloev didn't mince words, saying that Topuria acts foolishly, not because of any real personal dislike, but because, frankly, he's not the brightest. But Movsar isn't just talking, he's ready to back it up. He even said he would be willing to move up to lightweight if that's what it takes to finally face Topuria. Whether Ilia wins or loses his upcoming superfight against Islam Makhachev, Movsar made it clear. He wants Topuria. This has become personal. It's no longer about rankings or belts. It's about pride and respect. A potential Georgia vs. Ingushetia showdown would be absolutely massive. Not just because of their national pride, but because of how deeply personal this rivalry has become. Fans are already debating, would Movsar's relentless grappling heavy style smother Topuria's explosive striking, or would Topuria's knockout power be the ultimate equalizer? The fire between them is only getting hotter. When asked about past encounters, Movsar explained that Topuria had crossed the line multiple times with his trash talk. But Evloev doesn't believe it stems from genuine hatred. Instead, he sees Topuria's provocations as desperate grabs for attention and hype. Still, Movsar made it clear, he doesn't take it personally, but he won't forget it either. When asked if he would ever consider shaking Topuria's hand after a potential fight, Movsar left it open. But his tone made it clear, respect must be earned, not given.